Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is DB333 and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Kaiserreich. Believe it or not, I am not dead. It's been a while since we've hopped into Hearts of Iron 4 at all. And I do want to apologize for that. I've just been busy with college as of late. I made the brilliant decision of starting my first semester with 20 units, and because of that, I haven't had too much time to record or to really do much with my free time. And I do want to apologize for not recording more. I know I did promise to have a more consistent schedule this year, but I think that it's better late than never, and I think it's been long overdue to hop back into a good old game, Hoi 4 together. So let's go ahead and do that. And also, I haven't played Hoi 4 at all. We played a different mod altogether, the New Order Old War Blues. I believe that's the name of them, the beta mod, which is a demo for a mod that's coming out sometime next year called The New Order Last Days of Europe. Now, in this, we hopped into a little warlord state right here in the Urals, conveniently enough, named the Ural League. We fought back some crazy mad scientists turned communists and some crazy SS bandits. And I'll turn Iron Man off real quick. And we put ourselves into a decent position to blob out and hopefully reunite Russia. Now, I think it's a great mod. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, New Order Last Days of Europe, I think it's a very interesting mod, and when the full mod actually comes out, I think they said May 1st, 2020. I'm definitely gonna be hopping into that, and I think it's definitely the most ambitious mod I've seen in Hoi 4. It might have potential to become one of the best, even. So we'll see. We'll get to that one day, but since it's not out yet, I figured might as well hop into the old tried and true Kaiserreich. Now, last time we played Kaiserreich, we hopped into the Kingdom of Finland. We overthrew the king and restored the true king of the north, Carl Gustav Mannerheim, and then restored democracy to Finland, then expanded out, took our territory, became Thicklin, you might say, and then, yeah, put ourselves in a pretty decent position, took over Estonia, I believe, and had a pretty decent power block. Now, unfortunately, I know we couldn't go much further in that series, and I know the China update, they said hopefully will be coming out sometime this month, maybe before Christmas, but I'm not entirely sure if I trust the devs, though. I do love them. They're not the best with upload schedules, so color me a bit skeptical, so I figured we might as well hop in to another nation while we're waiting. I was wondering which one we should hop into. So, I figured since 0.9 of a Scandinavian update, let's stay within the region and play one of these nations. Now, for countries, at least in Hoi 4, I played Finland. I played Norway. I haven't played Sweden yet, so I figured let's go ahead and hop in as Sweden. Now, real quick, let's hop into custom game rules, native endonyms. What else do we have? I'd fuck with all this, but I just kind of want to see where the AI goes. Though, depending on certain decisions, this might just make things harder for us. We might as well just go in with no idea what's going to happen. And, yeah. So let's go ahead and hop in. Regular difficulty. No Iron Man mode, because I do not trust the game enough to do it on non-Iron Man. And we set hop in. Let's give it a do 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 do. Alright, there we are. Thank you, Kaiserreich team. 0.9.3. Thank you very much. So real quick, before we start, let's do some housekeeping matters. Check in on figure out what exactly we're playing with. We're starting off with Gustav V of House Bernadotte. We're social conservatives. We have elections coming up in September of 36. We start off with 3 national focuses: conservative army leadership, which gives us a leader experience gain of -10%, and a land doctrine research speed of -20%. The Swedish army has fallen in somewhat of a doctrinal slump, failing to catch up to the rapidly changing tactics of war. It will be up to the government to bring them up to speed. So this is not very nice, and we need to figure this out as soon as possible. Next we have Statara, which gives us a kind of a nice reduction in consumer goods factories, but also it gives a pretty nasty hit to stability, to 10%. Statara are contract workers on an annual basis of the lowest class of Swedish society. They are paid in kind with foodstuffs rather than with money, and their continued existence as a relic of the pre-modern era has become somewhat of a national embarrassment due to their poor conditions. So that's not too nice either. And finally, we just have political instability, which gives a hit to our stability by 10%. Go to figure. With the retirement of the popular Prime Minister Arvid Lindman and the ascension of a hardly charismatic Gustav Baga in his stead, the General Electoral League are in a dip, failing to energize voters, where opposition leader Per Albin Hansson seems to be more successful. And naturally, not everyone is excited with the prospect of social democratic rule. So yeah, we're in a bit of a rough place right now with Sweden. So real quick, for national focus, we're going to start off with the matters at hand, get a political power boost by 100. So let's get working on that right now. Yeah. And then let's get our armies together. Looks like we have 13 divisions. For our field marshal, let's go with Olaf Thornell. That works. And then again, let's go with... What do we want to go with? Let's go with Ernst af Klercher. Before we continue, I should apologize ahead of time to any Swedish viewers. I clearly do not speak Swedish, and I'm probably butchering your beautiful, beautiful language, so I do want to apologize. And if I'm really getting it wrong, feel free to help me out with pronunciations down in the comment section below. That's not started quite yet. I don't know what I was doing. We need some better guns, so let's get working on those right off the bat. Engineering, work on that. And let's go construction for the last one. And then we have some free civilian factories, so let's start off... build a few of those. And then build some of these. Yeah, there we go. Anything else? No, I think we're good. So let's go ahead, do speed 5, and let's get moving. Sweden in 1936. After the Germans stood victorious in the Weltkrieg, Sweden had to adjust to a new world order. As such, few considered it surprising when the Swedish government announced that Sweden would join the German organization Mitteleuropa. Benefiting heavily from this, Arvid Lindman and his conservatives managed to fend off his social democratic attempts to take over power through electoral triumph, solidly putting down Sweden on the map as the conservative bulwark of Scandinavia. This may change, however, as Lindman retired 2 years ago. This year, the new leader, Gustav Baga, who also succeeded Lindman as Prime Minister, will lead his first elections. Excuse me. Will he too be able to fend off his nemesis on the opposition, Per Albin Hansson, well, for Sweden? Number 10, political power. So let's wait until these guys get all lined up on the border. And then we'll go ahead and... Oh, Kerensky's been shot. Who'd have thought? Yeah, let's go ahead and move to the border. And you guys can go ahead and start exercising. Get some army experience, hopefully. How are you guys doing on supply? Need some more infantry equipment and artillery. Okay. Makes sense. What are divisions looking like? Ooh, we could really stand to improve those. So it's good that we're adding our working on army experience right now. So yeah. So let's see, what's Russia up to right off the bat? Who do they have? It looks like you're going with Romanov. Very Padot looking right now. Might go constitutional monarchy. We'll see what happens. Up and there goes Black Monday. That's not so good. Electoral gridlock in France. Socialist education, Union of Britain. What are these guys up to? And then we'll see what happens with the Cindies in the rest of these countries. If you're curious what path we're going to go down. First of all, let me explain to you how Sweden works. We have elections in 36, so we have time to do all of these if we want so desire. If not, then this will be bypassed by the time we get to the 36 elections. And then we can choose between the opposition, the Social Democrats, or the Conservatives. If we do Conservatives, we can do free trade economy, and then get working on Treaty of Stockholm and unify in the Nordic Federation. We can also go down protectionist economy if we so desire to. Though if you're doing so conservative route, I don't know why you would. You might as well just go down this path. On the other hand, you can go ahead and do Social Democrats. You can also just go down this path and ratify Treaty of Stockholm, do all that. But depending on who you coalition with, if you coalition with the radical socialists, you can do forced abdication. Which, if you do that, that'll throw you down a whole little mini arc, which will either put you down the path to do this, which will either do a new king, which then you can go down the conservative path if you so desire, or you can do the more right-wing authoritarian branch, NatPop, Padot, or Ofdem, if you so desire. Or you can also go down the syndicalist route if you do that. And that's probably what we're going to be doing. We're going to go down the syndicalist route because I have not done a syndicalist game in a very long time. I think the last one I did was with the Patagonian Workers Front all the way down here, which is up on my channel if you guys want to check that out. But I'm in the mood to do a syndicalist game, so let's go ahead and do that, you know? Okay, so we got some political power, so let's go ahead and switch to early mobilization. And then we'll do agricultural reforms. It's more monthly population, as well as boost max factories in state. That's pretty good, so we'll go for that. The rest of these were either conservative boost or just temporary construction speed boost, which isn't too... That's not really something I really need, so... it's not really worth doing, so we'll just wait until the elections to bypass that. Wait, Black Monday arrives in Sweden. 2 weeks ago, the German stock market imploded, and now the waves have come crashing to our shores. As first was Stockholm's Borsen, followed the fate that played out in Berlin, and soon the rest of the economy followed suit. Since the Weltkrieg, Sweden has become highly dependent on German trade, joining its organization Mittel Europa together with Denmark. As such, our trade relations became increasingly one-sided, being aimed at countries in the tariff-free zone, Germany, Denmark, and the German puppet states on the Baltic coast, at the cost of other trading partners such as Norway and Great Britain, with whom trading is subject to tariffs, or in the latter case, even embargoes. Well, shoot, that's not good. So we get the National Spirit Black Monday, which kind of screws us a little bit. That's not very nice. We're going to have to work on getting that. And something I do like about Sweden is that it's not just, you don't just go down a series of focuses in order to get rid of Black Monday. You actually have a pretty cool decision branch in order to get rid of it, which will be unlocked once we start the Crisis Act, which I haven't started yet just because... Oh, crikey. Really now? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that works. Fuck, what was I saying? Something about... I think it was something about Black Friday. So we'll get a decision tree so we can go and check that out. And, we use that to get out of Black Monday instead of just a series of focus trees. Was I talking about something else? I forget. I don't know, I'm guessing it probably wasn't that important if I can't remember it. And I didn't start my timer. God damn it. That'll be, yeah, probably spend a. Let's get working on that. Papal Conclave. Which Pope is that? Is that? I think that's Paddock Pope, right? No, it is Paddock Pope. Okay. Good to know. So we're going to finish up these agricultural reforms, and then we're going to get work on the Crisis Act. Then I think from there we're going to get working on some military stuff, so just so we can get rid of this conservative army leadership. 5-year commemoration of Adelin, I'm just going to say it like that. In May 1931, a large march of strikers marched towards barracks and for blacklegs who were working at local factories. The police had called in the military for support, and before the day was over, riots had ended in 5 strikers being killed by military fire. Ever since then, yearly marches are held in memory of the dead workers among socialists, although conservatives claim that the workers were armed and attacked first. The strikes of this year are unusually large. What should we do? Let's just... It'll tire out eventually, I'm sure. I wouldn't worry about it. So, we got agricultural reforms going. Per Albin Hansson criticizes our crisis response. Per Albin Hansson, leader of the Sveriges Socialdemokratiska Arbeiderparti, or SAP, and widely considered to be the foremost leader of the opposition, has sharply condemned the Bagge cabinet's response to the ongoing economic upheaval, calling their faith in non-intervention dangerous and damaging to Sweden. He has once again called out in favor of his own Folkhemmet program that he claims will actually protect those who have lost jobs to crisis originating in Germany. Well, we're doing what we can. It's a bit of a lie. We're not really doing much. Let's actually start working on doing something. 1936 Crisis Act. 21 days, we can start working on digging ourselves out of the economic hole we're in. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Negotiate with the peasants. Alright, so we got the better guns going, so let's go ahead. First off, let's go ahead and let's take a little bit off that so we can get some support equipment going. Hold up, let me select a new... Let's get some support weapons going. And we have some rising SSB membership. Although the opposition is clearly led by the SIP, 2 smaller socialist parties are active as well. The Sveriges Socialdemokratiska Party, SSV, which would identify as radical socialists, who are strongly in favor of the cause of the so-called tyrannical, and the Vantress Party Totalisterna, or VPT, which partakes this year for the first time in Swedish elections. Especially the former party is seeing sharp increases in its membership. Over the years of a social democratic failure to dethrone the perpetual conservative government causes radicalization among its ranks. Well, we can only welcome the left fracturing. So a bit of a hit to social democracy, but a boost to radical socialism. Alright then. We have some decisions available. We're going to wait for the Crisis Act before we continue on. Any day now. Come on. You got this. Ooh, Karin Boye releases Forlita. Karin Boye, a prominent author, poet, and female rights activist colored by socialism, has just released her latest piece. It's a novel called Forlita, or Too Little, or For Little. It centers around the themes of working to achieve your dreams or make your ends meet, and your responsibility to yourself as a person and to your family and friends. Boye is very popular in her new novel Success. I'll have to give it a read sometime. Sounds interesting. Nice 25 PP bonus. And now that we got that done, let's get working on our army stuff. We're probably going to go down... Mobile warfare... Yeah, superior firepower. We'll work on that. And we have some army experience, so we'll go ahead and edit our divisions real quick. 2 battalions, cost 5 to replace. That's fine. We'll go and do that. We'll get working towards 20 widths, as usual. Ooh, Oswald Mosley elected chairman of a TUC. That's interesting. Oh, New Zealand crisis. Ooh, Arvin Lindman supports the... Okay, well, we'll see how this all goes. A longtime Prime Minister and former leader of the Allmänna Valmansförbundet, AV, or General Electoral League, Arvin Lindman has publicly spoken in favor of the government, declaring Zutmut faith in Baga and rallying voters to support the party he used to lead in the polls. Lindman has ruled Sweden from 1906 to 1911, and then ruled continuously from 1924 until his retirement in 1934. Many consider his charismatic personality the foremost reason that the Conservatives did not lose control to the Social Democrats like in Denmark. Many doubt whether Baga will similarly be able to conserve the General Electoral League dominance in Swedish politics, and many view the elections of 1936, the first elections with Baga as Conservative leader, as influential in determining this. Well, thank you, old friend. Another bonus of political power, as well as a bonus of social conservatism. Right, so, this is the Black Monday response tree. So, we can do stuff. We have a free budget, which we can use to say, start a public works program. Let's go ahead and do that. We can also say, cut military funding, or raise taxes in order to gain some more money. And then from there, we can, so let's say, subsidize a raw resource export. These all, it has the immediate unemployment lowering, and when it's done, it does something. Like for works program, unemployment's lowered by another 2%, and we also gain an infrastructure in Lapland, which is very nice. And then for subsidized raw resource export, it will get another 2% reduction, and we get a temporary bonus to resource market and resource gain efficiency, which is very nice. We can also drop the gold standard eventually and print more money if we need money, which for now we're good. By the way, even though it does say you can gain a little bit of money and drop unemployment a bit, don't implement tariffs, because in all my experience, the Germans just implement tariffs on you, and that hurts your unemployment more than actually help. So it's not worth it, so I wouldn't do it. So yeah, we got that going. Yep, there goes the Aussies. Aussies, Aussies, Aussies. Oi, oi, oi. And we'll see if they can go ahead and figure out the whole war thing before the Entente joins, because if not, then... Just what I was about to say. Yeah. That's not good. For the Aussies, at least. And they still have blood dry, so I don't think they'll be good. They'll be, able to hold out for much longer. Let's see, have they, yep, the Entente's joined. Well, this is going to distract the Entente for a while at the very least, so that it hopefully will weaken them in the short term. Or at least in the short term, definitely. Hopefully in the long term, it'll hurt them a little bit as well. So, modern infantry, let's get working on that. And then it's a 70-day wait, but we'll get rid of conservative army leadership, which will be very, very nice. Oh! Shit, okay. Russian Republic has declared war with the Soviet Union. Second Russian Civil War. Ooh, the SAP refuses to rule out cooperation with radicals. Shocking news as Hansen refuses to rule out the formation of a coalition with the SSV. If the outcome would be so that it would be most democratic to do so. The SSV's open desire to end the Swedish system as it is in favor of a socialist form of government like in France and Britain, though with Swedish characteristics as outlined in their party program, causes the utmost concern among those in the right wing. Well, the SAP has shown their true colors. Research slot. Let's go ahead and get some basic machine tools going. Yeah, the Soviets are going to have a bit of a rough go at it for a while. Well, Finland's taken some clay. They're working on becoming Ficklin. It's very nice. Got some free political power. So we can do chiefs as staff. Alternatively, we can also drop our mobilization law even quicker, so I'll do that. And that'll be good. Forgot to check what Canada's up to. Looks like they're doing Reinforcing Empire. Constitution Act, yep. Oh, the vote for the SAP is a vote for Paris. As a result of the news that the Social Democrats are open to cooperation with outright radicals, the GEL has started a propaganda war. They openly target SAP voters, claiming the SAP supports the Third International and that any vote for them would directly correlate to vote for the syndicalist regime in France. Despite a sharp SAP rebuke of this rhetoric, and while few actual SAP voters will be swayed by this, it does seem to have successfully played on the emotions of Liberal Folk Party voters to the League, who start to consider the SAP a very real danger to their fortunes. They start to seek VAV as a much more capable faction to stand up against the SAP's wicked plans than the Folk Party. Well, nothing personal, kid. Oh wait, what is, Ooh, Finland is going with the monarchy. Okay. Alright. That's a little concerning, because we're going to have the Reich Pact right on our borders as soon as they finish up this focus. So that's no good. Looks like... I think that's just Cindy, right? Yeah, syndicalist. So, Cindy's right on our border is not good. Holocaust province. Right, they have Åland. That's right. Norway. What? They have their elections in 36. Hopefully they'll go syndicalist, just so we have two less borders to worry about. Another border less to worry about. Debate over military expenses. As the election approaches and goes to Baggins, ministers have to consider the real possibility of a potential defeat. The government has scheduled a debate to approve at least the Swedish budget of 36 with the current Reichstag. The Bagge cabinet seeks to maintain the heavy investment in the military, which the Social Democratic opposition is heavily opposed to, claiming that there is no direct threat to Sweden at this time, and that the money would be better spent elsewhere to make the lives of Swedes better. The Conservatives try to counter this by arguing that global tensions are rising and that worrisome events in Norway and Finland could directly threaten Sweden in the future. The government holds a majority in the Reichstag, so the budget will definitely pass, but the prevailing argument could bring the party that brings it up closer to electoral victory in the upcoming elections. Experts agree that the opposition completely trashed the budget proposal. Ooh, Poland's elected a new king. Okay, Mendog the Third. Okay. Yep, there goes Finland. Are we going to do the PLC now? We just might do that. Any second now. Come on. PLC. PLC. And we'll give it a second. Let's not pressure. Let's not put any pressure on them. They'll do it when they're ready. Japan's good war in the Triad Syndicates. Okay. Alright, what else? So we got that done. The national focus done. Let's get... we have a little bit of time. Let's get working on, I guess, old naval constructions. That'll be good. And we got some research we can start working on. So let's... What do we want to research? I guess radio. Let's work on radio. And that's my timer, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to have to cut it. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. Want to see more of my content in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more uploads every weekday as well as every Saturday. If you have any comments, feedback, concerns, anything of the sort, go leave in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get, and I appreciate any and all feedback you kind folks might have for me. If you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon link below. If you want to send a few bucks my way. I don't make any money off this right now, so Patreon is the only real way I can make money off this. If you can't or you don't want to, I understand, but it is, like I said, the only way I can make money off this, so I'd appreciate if you'd at least consider it. I also have a Discord down link below if you want to check that out as well. We can chat, play games, and just have a fun old time generally. And that's about it, folks. My name has been DB333. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.